Hello students, this is Vishan sir. Today is my 18th video, and in this video we'll start with the new chapter number 3B. Okay, in the last video I have completed the exercise of chapter number 3A, that is demand analysis, and in this today's video we'll see the chapter 3B, that is elasticity of demand. Okay, this chapter is very important to understand. This chapter is very exam oriented, marks oriented, and knowledge oriented as well. Okay, you should know what is the meaning of elasticity of demand, different types of elasticity of demand, what are the different methods to measure the elasticity of demand. Okay, this chapter is extension of the previous chapter. Okay, in the previous chapter we have seen what is demand, different types of demand, different determinants of demand, law of demand, exceptional law of demand, assumption of the law of demand, yes, types of demand. All these are already we have done. So to understand what is the elasticity of demand, yes, you should know what is the demand first, then determinants of demand, types of demand, different examples of demand. Okay, then only you can understand. Now student, what is the one line difference between the demand and elasticity of demand? Yes, the difference is elasticity. What is the meaning of elasticity? Elasticity means change. In economics, the elasticity means change, or in other words, it is a responsiveness of, or it is a sensitiveness of quantity demanded. Yes, so in the previous chapter we have seen what is demand and how demand is determined by different factors. But in this chapter 3B we will see how much demand changes. Yes, in the previous chapter 3A the demand changes because of change in price, but how much it is changes? How much change in demand by the change in price? So in this chapter we will see the elasticity of demand, means how much demand become elastic, how much demand changes due to change in other factors. Yes, it may be price, it may be income of individual, it may be size of population, it may be taste, habits, preference. All these are factors responsible for change in demand, and when the demand changes it is called as elasticity of demand. Yes, the entire chapter 3B contributed by, developed by, given by the great neoclassical economist Dr. Alfred Marshall from his book Principle of Economics, published in year 1890. Yes, let us start with the introduction. So the introduction of this chapter is, in the previous chapter we have seen how much demand changes due to change in price, but in this chapter we will see how much demand exactly changes, what are the factors affecting demand. So because of these factors, how much demand changes, how much demand become elastic. Okay, and after that you can see the concept of demand. Okay, concept of elasticity of demand. The term elasticity of demand indicates the responsiveness. Responsiveness means what? Change, elastic, responsiveness of one variable to change in other variable. Yes, the elasticity of demand refers to the degree of responsiveness of quantity demanded to a change in its price or any other factor. Student, remember how many factors I have given the demand affect. The demand is affected by many factors. Yes, let us quickly revise. What are the factors affecting demand? A very important factor is price, then income, then taste habits preference, then size of population, then price of substitute goods, then price of complementary goods, then nature of product, then consumers expectation, then advertisement intensity, then level of government taxation, season, climatic condition, technology. So because of change in all these factors, demand changes. So this situation is called as elasticity of demand. Okay, and the entire chapter given by Dr. Marshall, and he has also given the definition of elasticity of demand. Yes, according to Dr. Marshall, elasticity of demand is greater or small according to the amount demanded, which rises much or little for a given fall in price, and quantity demanded falls much or little for a given rise in price. So here, if you see that much statement given by Marshall, it indicates the same, means higher the price, lower the demand, and lower the price, higher the demand. But how much demand changes? Yes, demand changes more because of less change in price, and demand changes less because of high change in price, because price and demand have inverse relationship as per the law of demand given by Marshall. So when the demand changes because of change in price, it is called as price elasticity of demand. Okay students, so just go through the definition. Okay, after that let us move towards the different types of demand. So in this type we will make little bit change in sequence. In this sequence, the first type is given, that is income elasticity of demand, cross elasticity of demand, and the third one is price elasticity of demand. But we will see the first price elasticity of demand, then income elasticity of demand, and then we will see the cross elasticity of demand in third. Okay, let us move further. So first is price elasticity of demand, very important. So in this price elasticity of demand, what is the meaning of price elasticity of demand? Even the word says its meaning. Price elasticity of demand. Yes, it means the demand changes only because of change in price and other factors remain constant. Okay. Yes, means price is the main factor to make the demand change. Yes. So it is called as price elasticity of demand. Okay. So this definition given by again Marshall. According to Marshall, price elasticity of demand is the ratio of percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price. It is called as price elasticity of demand. You can see some symbolic expression in your textbook or on the mobile screen. You can see. Okay. See, this is the formula. This is the theoretical formula of price elasticity of demand. Okay, percentage change in quantity demanded upon percentage change in price of the commodity. Okay, and symbolically we have to solve the formula also. Yes, delta Q upon Q divided by delta P upon P. So here what is the meaning of delta Q? Delta Q means change in quantity demanded. Yes, Q means the original demand. Delta P means change in price, and P means the original price of the commodity. So when we solve this equation, you will get the formula of, yes, price elasticity of demand is equal to delta Q upon Q into P upon delta P. So if you rearrange this equation, you will get like that. Okay, delta Q upon delta P into P upon Q, means both are having the same meaning. Yes, either you write this way or this way. Delta Q upon delta P into P upon Q. So the entire expression means the demand changes only because of change in price. It is called as price elasticity of demand. And what about the other factors? The other factors remain constant. Means there is no change in income, no change in size of population, no change in taste habit preference, no change in price of complementary goods, no change in price of substitute goods, no change in technology, no change in government taxation. Yes, all factors remain constant. Here the demand changes only because of change in price. It is called as price elasticity of demand. Yes, so this is the meaning of price elasticity of demand and formula. Remember the formula. Formula is very important. Delta Q upon delta P into P upon Q. Yes, so what is the meaning of delta Q? Delta Q means the difference between the original demand and new demand. Yes, delta P means it is the difference between the old price and new price of the commodity. Yes, it is a different gap. What is the gap? You can refer this. Okay, after that, on the basis of this equation, there are 5 types of price elasticity of demand. Okay, see, you can see there are 5 types of price elasticity of demand. Number 1, perfectly elastic demand. Number 2, perfectly inelastic demand. Number 3, unitary elastic demand. Number 4, relatively elastic demand. And number 5 and last is relatively inelastic demand. So if you see, all 5 types of price elasticity of demand is given. And before going to start with the first type, students, see, if you see, every type is given in the ascending order. Ascending means it is given in a proper manner so that you can understand properly, you can make the distinguish between properly, you can make the difference, what is the difference between perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic. Yes, what is the difference between relatively elastic demand and relatively inelastic demand. Okay, so when you prepare this way, you can write the answer of different question also, like distinguish between perfectly elastic demand and perfectly inelastic demand. Yes, distinguish between relatively elastic demand and relatively inelastic demand. Okay, so let us start, student. Before that, we will understand every type with the help of 4 points. Okay, number 1, first we will write the meaning of point or type. Second, we will write the formula of that type. Third, we will write the coefficient value. See, this is the coefficient value given in the into bracket. If you see, this is the coefficient value, for example perfectly elastic demand. So into bracket the coefficient value is given, ED is equal to infinite. Yes, so first meaning we will see, second we will see the symbolic formula, third we will see the coefficient value, means ED is equal to what, and then we will see the number 4 is diagrammatical representation, and we will also see whether the answer comes whatever is coefficient value. When we solve the sum, after solving the sum we will see whether the answer comes whatever is given in the coefficient value. We also cross verify side by side. Okay student, let us see the first one, perfectly elastic demand. Yes, even the word says its meaning, perfectly elastic demand. It means here only demand changes perfectly. It means price of the commodity become constant. Here only demand changes. Between price and demand, if only demand changes means price become constant. So here the price value you can see in the diagram. Yes, price value is 0, only demand changes, 10%, 20%, 30%, only demand changes or increases. Price of the commodity remains same. You can see the horizontal line. Yes, so on the basis of this explanation we can define the perfectly elastic demand. What is the meaning of that? A very slight change in price brings infinite change in demand. It is called as perfectly elastic demand, and sometimes perfectly elastic demand also called as infinite elastic demand. Why? Because a very short, a very small, a very slight, or sometimes it is zero change in price brings an infinite change in demand. Let us rectify the statement whether it is true or not. And second, we have to write the formula every time, percentage change in quantity demand upon percentage change in price. So on basis of this we can recall some formula. What is the formula of price elasticity of demand? ED is equal to delta Q upon delta P. Yes, so here how much the price changes? Price changes 0%, means there is no change in price. So delta P is equal to, we can write here, delta P is equal to 0. And how much the demand changes? Demand changes, for example, 10%. Yes, demand changes by 10%. So delta Q is 10. So with the help of formula we can substitute the value in the formula, we can find out the result. Delta Q is 10, delta P is 0. So 10 upon 0 is equal to what? The answer comes infinite. And that is the reason, student, this is called as infinite elastic demand. See, this is called as infinite elastic demand. Okay, this is the first type. So what are the points to be highlighted in this first type? In the first type only demand changes, price value is constant, that is 0%, and the slope of demand is horizontal. See, you can see the slope of demand horizontal, and it is parallel to which axis? It is parallel to x-axis, this one, because we always take y-axis as a vertical and x-axis as a horizontal, and on the y-axis we always take price, and on the x-axis we always take quantity demanded. So in this case only demand changes, that's why it is a horizontal slope, and the value of P is constant, that is 0. Okay, so this is the first type of price elasticity of demand, that is perfectly elastic demand. So the slope of demand is horizontal, the coefficient value is infinite, and the slope of demand is horizontal. Okay, so how to understand the second point? So you have to make the opposite of that. For getting the second point, for understanding the second point, we have to opposite the first type. That is, what is the second type? The second type is perfectly inelastic demand. Yes, see, perfectly inelastic demand. Okay. So what is the meaning of that? In the perfectly elastic demand, only demand changes, and here in the perfectly inelastic demand become inelastic. You can see student, see, demand become inelastic. It means only price changes. If the demand become inelastic, means only price changes. And price changes by, it may be 10%, it may be 20%. Yes, for example, the price changes by 20% and demand changes by 0%. No change in demand. Demand is inelastic. Only price changes. So how we can define with the help of this statement? A change in price does not bring any change in demand. Okay, a change in price, it may be 10%, 20%, does not bring any change in quantity demanded. It is called as perfectly inelastic demand, and the coefficient value is 0. You can see the coefficient value is 0. ED is equal to 0. Okay, so you can define in own words also. Yes, a change in price does not bring any change in demand. It is called as perfectly inelastic demand. Okay, let us move towards the diagrammatical representation. Now you tell me, student, what will be the slope of demand curve in this case? In the first type, the slope of demand was horizontal. What is the opposite of horizontal? The opposite of horizontal is vertical, means straight line slope, that is vertical slope. You can see it is a diagram of perfectly inelastic demand. The slope of demand is vertical. Okay, you can see the slope of demand is vertical. Yes, and how to find out this 0? Yes, so here it is, the demand is inelastic, means the value of delta q is 0. You can see here it is a 0, and but there is a change in price by 20% rise or 20% fall. Whether the price increase or decrease, there is no change in demand. It is called as perfectly inelastic demand. Suppose price change by 20% here. Okay, price change by 20%. But because of change in price, demand does not change. So it is called as what? It is called as perfectly inelastic demand. Okay, let us see the example. A 20% increase in price. Suppose price increase by 20%. Price increase by 20%, for example. 20% increase in price from P to P1, 20%, and demand change by 0%. What is the formula? The formula is delta Q upon delta P, means change in quantity demanded upon change in price. How much demand changes? Demand changes nothing, that is 0%. How much price changes? Price changes by 20%. So what is the answer? Answer will be 0. Yes, 0 can be divided by any number, answer comes 0. So the slope of demand is vertical, you can see, means whether the price increase by 20% or whether the price decrease by 20%, answer comes 0. It is called as perfectly inelastic demand. So in this case only price changes. Yes, and in the first type only demand changes. In the second type only price changes. In the first type only demand changes, price become constant, and in the second type only price changes, demand become constant. Yes, in the first type the slope of demand is horizontal. In the second type the slope of demand is vertical. In the first type the coefficient value is infinite. In the second type the coefficient value is 0. Okay student, so in this way you can make the difference between and you can write the answer properly. Okay student, let us move towards the third type. The third type is a common, so it's very easy to understand. Yes, the third type is unitary elastic demand. What is the meaning of unitary? Unitary means unit, and unit means 1. See, you can see the coefficient value 1. So how this one comes? This one comes only when the demand and price changes in a same percentage. And what is the relationship between price and demand? The relationship between price and demand is inverse. So when the price decrease by 10%, demand increase by exactly 10%. Yes, so it is called as unitary elastic demand. How you can define with the help of this statement? Yes, unitary elastic demand means when the percentage change in price exactly brings percentage change in demand in a same percentage, in a equal percentage, it is called as unitary elastic demand. Yes, and the coefficient value is 1, ED is equal to 1. So how we can prove this? How this one comes? This one comes when price and demand changes in a same percentage. For example, in your textbook is given 50% fall in price exactly brings 50% rise in demand, because price and demand have inverse. So when you take price in a decreasing term, you have to take demand is in a increasing term. So 50 upon 50 is equal to 1. And what example I have given in this case? I have given 10% fall in price leads to 10% rise in demand. Yes, so 10 upon 10 is equal to 1. So either you write this way or you can write this way, answer comes 1. How this 1 come? We have to write the formula delta Q upon delta P. See, it is given delta Q upon delta P is equal to 50 upon 50 is equal to 1. Yes, or you can write my example 10 upon 10, delta Q is 10 and delta P is 10, 10 upon 10, 1. So if the answer comes 1, it is called as unitary elastic demand. And what will be the slope of demand curve? The slope of demand curve is rectangular hyperbola. The slope of demand is rectangular hyperbola. Rectangular hyperbola means it is a straight line downward sloping demand curve. It's a straight line downward sloping demand curve. So on this demand curve, if you take anywhere as a price, exactly you will get the demand curve. Okay, if you take price here, so exactly demand will change that much percentage. Yes, 50% fall in price exactly increase 50% demand. So 50 upon 51. So in this way you can solve this. And the slope of demand is rectangular hyperbola. In which type? In third type, that is unitary elastic demand. What was in first type? It is horizontal. What is in second type? It is vertical. And what is in third type? It is a rectangular hyperbola. Okay student, let us move towards the fourth type. Okay, the fourth type is, yes, fourth and fifth type, both types are opposite of each other. That is relatively elastic demand. Yes, so in this case student, demand and price both are changes, but price changes less and demand changes more. It is called as relatively elastic demand, means demand changes more as compared to change in price, means price changes less and demand changes more. It is called as relatively elastic demand, and that is the reason the coefficient value is given ED is greater than 1. It means while solving the sum, the answer comes more than 1. It may be 1.5, it may be 2, it may be 3. So 3 is also greater than 1. Yes, it may be 3.5. So 3.5 also greater than 1. So when the answer comes greater than 1, it is called as relatively elastic demand. Okay student, let us see the example. So in this case, the slope of demand is flatter. Yes, and how we can define with the help of this statement? Yes, relatively elastic demand means a very small change in price brings large change in demand. It is called as relatively elastic demand. Okay student, a very small change in price brings a large change in quantity demanded. It is called as relatively elastic demand. Okay, for example, suppose price change by 10%. Suppose price change by 10%. P is equal to delta P is equal to 10, and quantity demand change by 20%, means price is less change, demand is more change. So what will be the answer? What is the formula of that? The formula is delta Q upon delta P. How much the demand changes? Demand changes by 20%. And how much the price changes? Price changes by 10%. So 20 upon 10 is equal to 2, and the 2 is greater than 1. If the 2 is greater than 1, it is called as relatively elastic demand. Yes, you can see with the help of this diagram, the slope of demand is flatter. Yes, you can see the slope of demand is flatter. Yes, you can see the slope of demand is flatter. How we can say? A very small means price changes by 10% and demand almost double. So when the price decrease by 10%, demand increase by 20%. So relatively demand is more elastic, demand is more change. Elastic means change. Both are changes, but demand changes more as compared to price. So it is called as relatively elastic demand. And what example is given in your textbook? Suppose price decrease by 50%. Yes, and demand increase by 100%. So delta Q upon delta P. delta q is 100% and delta p is 50. What is the answer? 50 ones are 50, 52s are 100. So answer is 2. So 2 is also greater than 1. So answer is called 2. So it is called as which type? It is called as relatively elastic demand, where the demand changes more and price changes less. Demand increases more, price decreases less. So in this way you can understand the type. And the slope of demand is flatter. The slope of demand is flatter. You can write here, the slope of demand is flatter. Yes, in first type it is horizontal, in the second type it is vertical, in the third type it is rectangular hyperbola, and in the fourth type it is flatter. Yes, now let us move towards the last type, that is fifth type. And what I said in the beginning, the fifth type is the opposite of the fourth type. Yes, in the fourth type, what we have seen, in the fourth type, a small change in price brings large change in demand. So what will be the explanation of the fifth type, that is relatively inelastic demand? Yes, relatively inelastic demand means a large change in price brings small change in demand. It is called as relatively inelastic demand. It means in this case price changes more and demand changes less. Yes, price decreases more and demand increases less. It is called as relatively elastic demand. Relatively inelastic demand. So what will be the slope of demand? What is the opposite of flatter? The opposite of flatter is steeper. Let us see. So in this case you can see the slope of demand is steeper. Why steeper? Because price changes more, that is almost how much? Price changes 50%. Yes, demand changes only 25%, or we can say price decrease by 50% and demand increase by 25%. So what will be the answer? You can apply the formula delta Q upon delta P. How much the demand changes? Demand changes by 25%. How much the price changes? Price changes more, that is 50. Yes, so 25 upon 50 is equal to how much? 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 means how much? 0.5. And 0.5 is less than 1? Yes, it is less than 1. So the coefficient value is less than 1. Yes, so 0.5 is less than 1. That's what is called as relatively inelastic demand. Demand less changes and price changes more. Okay student, so you can go through in this way. Okay student. So let us quickly revise before going to wind up this lecture. Yes, in this lecture we have seen only the types of price elasticity of demand, which is the first type of elasticity of demand. Elasticity of demand have three types. One is price, second is income, third is cross. So out of three types we have seen only first, that is price elasticity of demand. You just note down all these types in your notebook. Take the pencil, take the scale, take the pen to write the notes. You can refer the textbook also. Okay student, so I stop my lecture here. All 5 types of demand, price elasticity of demand done. Okay student, thank you.